All right. Hello, hello. It's gonna be a quick intro. I think I want to do this because I felt like we could like understanding the game better if we talk about it. I know we always like play pickup basketball, but I think team organized basketball is like a little different, and I think if we understanding more and more, I felt like we can always play better. Um, and I hope this helped. And if everyone okay with this, we'll kind of do a little bit every week. I don't want to bombard you with everything, but I think it's a good way for us to understand the game. And I always like watching the game, and that's what we're recording the game for. But I hope you guys okay with this. But if you're not, just let me know, and I'm okay with that too. Okay, so for this first one, I just wanna kind of show you a couple things, and you gotta let me know. I actually want your feedback as well. Let me know how you see it. If you prefer certain ways, um, feel free to put it on the chat or just message me individually as well. So one thing I noticed from many games, and we heard about this as well, is the 2-3. And I apologize at the beginning as well, because I think I always have one way of breaking down to 2-3, and I kind of like that. So I felt like I always want everyone to run that one exact play that I like. But to be honest, when I was watching the previous game that we played, there's actually a lot of different way we can attack the 2-3, but we'll get into it. I think that at least in my head right now it's at least 4 or 5, and it tweak a little bit. Then you can always improvise that after as well. But the first one that I want to show you, and this is me kind of new with recording this as well. Kind of try to be a YouTuber at the same time. JK. But I'm gonna show you what my screen is. This is the game, but this is not what I want to show you yet. What I want to show you first is the actual play that I have. So I think Skippy has already kind of seen this before, but I actually wanna show you what it actually is as well. This is actually just an animated play, meaning that you can draw stuff and then people can move around as well. So I kind of create a couple things already. This actually only particular to the 2-3 zone, and later on we'll add more stuff if we okay with this. If not, that's fine. But first thing, 2-3, and this one I want to quickly go over. So we heard the term high-low a lot, and basically high-low is basically talking about the position are too big. One is top of the key, like this area right here, and then the other one at the baseline, and that's what we call high and low. Yeah. So with the 2-3, there's like this one attacking way. It tried to get the ball right in the middle, and then the fact that this person is operating behind everyone else, meaning that he's actually operating in the blind spot, because every defender is looking forward, right? So he operating in the blind spot, and that's how that make this play become very effective, because when he get the ball, he can always turn and he can always see where this person is. And we'll take a look at some of the example as well, but you can see this very clearly in the first playoff game, where Amo and Allen has a couple high-low and is actually making them change to the main because they couldn't really stay with the zone like that anymore. So the key thing is, as we see that we need to get the ball in the middle, and I think we have some trouble with that. But I just want to kind of tell that we actually have three different way of getting the ball to the middle. But the first thing is we have to set up all three men, kind of like this triangle right here. That way you have three different way, because the gap is there for us with the 2-3. If you see that, there's a gap right here on the left side between the two defender. There's a gap right here, right in the middle, and there's a gap right here. As long as we can swing the ball and make the two guard move, we can always find that gap. And as long as our big is moving accordingly to those gaps, I think we can always get the ball in the middle. And the key thing, we just have to be quick and precise and know what we're doing. Okay, so I'm just gonna run this play really quick just to kind of show you how this tool works. Yeah, so this thing is I need to modify the play, but basically what it does is you swing the ball to a side, right? These two guard will move. You swing it back to the middle, and now you can get the ball right into our big in the middle through the middle gap. But you can do the same thing with this left gap and the right gap over here as well, depending what you see. And then this person right here just gonna cut in between. The goal is for him to be very close to the basket, so that the closer you are in the basket, the easier this is you're gonna score. Later on, you can actually pop out to the wings as well if you want to shoot the three. But I think for us, we want to get as close because right next to the basket is probably easiest rather than shooting a wide open three. So that's about that play. And I just want to show you a very quick example of the game that we play in the playoff. Okay, so you can see that we pretty much exactly like how the play we draw. So the first thing is probably not exactly is that 2-3 kind of sucks because Skippy is wide open. So because of that, when we swing it, you can see that he's moving, but there's a gap in between where she can pass that ball to Amo, which is right in the middle. So Amo is in high position, and you can see that. I just want to rewind this a little bit. If you look at Allen, because I believe that I told Allen specifically is go behind everyone else. So you can see that this big right here, he could not see anything. He could not see, he can see everything, but he cannot see where Allen is because Allen is in his blind spot. So you can clearly tell that Allen know exactly where everyone is because he's behind everyone, but this big that defending him have no idea where he's at. So when this ball passed to Amo, so instead of, and Allen did a pretty good job on that game. He just stayed right between this area right here and avoiding the 3 second as well. So when Amo got the ball, he turns around and he saw Allen wide open, and he just passed the ball to him. And because Allen knew that there's no one in between him because the defender is in front of him already, so he can comfortable catch the ball and go up without worry about anyone. Okay. And I want to show you just another one as well. I believe that this is probably the same one. Oh no, that's not. Yeah. So that's the idea of the 2-3 of the high-low against the 2-3. I believe that we did a lot of. I think we had success with this game, with this play. I think at least 3 or 4 times during this game. I want to show you just another game as well. I think this is on the final. We had the same 2-3, and we had the same idea as well. It's just that we couldn't make the pass successfully. So you see the same thing. Not this place, I guess. Oh, this is the one. Yeah. So you can see this is the same play. So Skippy is moving toward the middle. So now we actually, if we freeze the frame, we have the same cap the way I draw the play. So Alan is cap in the middle right here in the bottom. So there's a gap. If you look at the 2-3, this gap is always there. As long as Amo can move in between these windows, or if our big can move in between these windows, this pass is always available. Same as the one in the middle. So if you see, because of the way the 2-3 is, you can always pass that ball in between the gap. Same for Eric, same for Skippy, or same for me. So I saw that gap in the middle, and you can see that Alan moved very nicely, and then Amo does see it too. But the thing is, just the pass, it's just a little bit too low. Or if he can just lob it over, or if Alan can just shield the defender, that would be an easy basket right here. So same thing, just wanna watch it one more time. That's it. Yeah. And I believe that the next play, we tried to do it again, and almost has a set with that as well. Let me see. Yeah. Same thing over here. Got the ball to Amo. That's a nice pass from Skippy. That's a very narrow gap. I would have swing it to the side, but she got it right in the middle to Amo. And you can see that right now Alan is in a very nice position. He's gonna cut in. And again, same thing. I believe that Amo should have just lobbed that pass just a little bit, or wait until maybe Alan go to the other side of the basket. Because right now he's still in the blind spot of him. So if he move a little bit to this right side over here, on the other side of the basket, I think that would be an easier pass. Yeah. So I just want to end it here because I don't want to talk too long, and I'm kind of like a nerd when it comes to like this. But I hope that this doesn't like bother anyone, and I hope this help. I think I just want everyone to be on the same page. It's not like it needs to be done this way, but I think as we keep learning, I think as we keep learning about the game and see the recording, because the recording of the game never lie. Like whatever mistake we all make mistakes, but the recording of the game is to help us get better and help us see what we could improve. And I think sometimes it's just that it is everyone understanding the game differently, because we grow up and we play at different time, or learn under different person. So I think the understanding the game is come from different experience. But I think if we can talk about it and we can all agree on it, we can all disagree as well. But if we can agree on it, I think that will make the game a lot more effective. It's almost like a team game. So that's the first way of breaking down the 2-3. With the high-low, there's actually another one that I saw Eric do very efficiently the previous game. So Eric, I watched the games a lot, and I noticed that Eric always screamed for me, which I
I
never
never
noticed
noticed
that,
that,
but
but when you watch the game,
when I watch the game, I always see it.
That's why I get so many wide open shot,
but
but I just don't make it.
But
But
we'll
we'll
talk
talk
about
about
that
that
as
as
well.
well.
There's
There's
the
the
way
way
that
that
Eric
Eric
streamed,
streamed,
and
and
I
I
think
think
there's
there's
actually
that's a really good way of getting a wide open shot
against
against
the
the
2-3.
2-3. But we'll talk about it next time.
But
But yeah,
hope
hope
you
you don't mind that I sharing this.
and
And
see
see you guys in 2 weeks.